There is a hint in the Quran of what is going to happen, and that we have just been seeing what is happening when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent them out of Jannah. فَإِمَّا يَأْتِيَنَّكُم مِّنِّي هُدًى فَمَن تَبِعَ هُدَايَ فَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. He sent them out of Jannah, and He says, guidance is going to come from me. You follow that, you have no problems. But then He also said, وَلَكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُسْتَقَرٌّ وَمَتَاعٌ إِلَى حِينٍ. That the earth will remain for you as habitat, a place where you can reside, and a place which will sustain you for only a specific period of time. A warning that the earth will not always sustain us, and there is going to come a time when we're going to have the problem that we now have. And then again in this was Surah Al-Baqarah, again in Surah Al-Kahf. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إنا جعلنا ما على الأرض زينة لها لنبلوهم أيهم أحسن عملا. We gave this earth to you, this green and luscious earth to you, with so much beauty that you could enjoy that beauty. But we also gave it to you that you would be tested to see which of you, with your respect for the earth, respect for the resources of the earth, respect for water, would show respect in consuming the resources of the earth. لِنَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Best in conduct. And when we look at that test, we see that the so-called primitive peoples were more successful than this so-called best civilization that it has ever been the misfortune of mankind to experience, the modern age. وَإِنَّا لَجَاعِلُونَ مَا عَلَيْهَا صَعِيدًا جُرُزًا. But be warned that this lush green earth which we have given to you, one day we will transform it into a dust bowl. Surah Al-Kahf. And Surah Al-Kahf is the surah of Akhiru Zaman. And so Brother Nazir spoke about resource depletion, of how we are wasting the resources of the earth. One of the most important of all is water. And he showed you photographs of lakes which are, the water level is going down, down, down. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned us about Gog and Magog. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know why I have to keep on teaching and teaching and teaching the subject for 20 years now. And yet they say, the establishment says, oh, Gog and Magog have not as yet been released. How do you know that? Based on a solitary hadith, which you have misunderstood. And in the process of basing your entire conclusion on the subject on one solitary hadith, you've disrespected the book of Allah. You have disrespected the Quran, and you'll pay a price for it. This is frustration talking to you today. Frustration. Because if you want to study Gog and Magog, you don't begin with a hadith and end with one hadith. No, that's schoolboy stuff. Even schoolboys would make that mistake. But they made. You will begin with the book of Allah. That's where you will start. Have they done that? Have they done that? When you start with the book of Allah, then the book of Allah will explain to you the universal fasad. Everything is being corrupted. and yet we eat biryani and go home and sleep. The Book of Allah explains all things. Yes, it does. And the evidence is now all around us, drowning us, that for the first time in human history, everything is being corrupted. Everything is being destroyed. Over depletion of all resources, and most important of all, water. And what is the explanation in the Quran? Inna ya'juja wa ma'juja mufsiduna fil ard. But I have a message for them. I have a message for them. One day they will be in the grave. Yes. And in the grave they will get to know of their disrespect for the Quran. Not go into the Quran, that the Quran will explain to you that when Gog and Magog are released, they're very thirsty. This is symbolic language. They will drink up all the water of the world. They will pass by a river and drink it dry. The rivers are drying up. The lakes are drying up. The streams are drying up. Is it happening by accident, or is there an explanation for it? It's Gog and Magog. Why the global warming? The water which is stored as ice out there. Why do they want it melted? So that tomorrow there'll be no water there. That's why. They don't want you to have water tomorrow. Why the climate change? The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, that Dajjal will control the climate. That he will cause the rain to fall and he'll stop the rain from falling, and that's happening now. Why the sewage being pumped into the rivers and lakes? The pollution, the environment, pollution of water, corruption of water, so that you cannot use that water. What are the risks of using recycled water? Same as recycled religion, you know. But what's the grand plan? The grand plan is in the hands of Dajjal, not of Gog and Magog. Gog and Magog are simply doing his work for him. He has a master plan. And you'll only be able to connect the dots of what is happening if you have the Book of Allah and you have Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and you have scholars who are not schoolboys, who have proper methodology to study the Quran, and who will not make this colossal mistake of taking a solitary hadith in Sahih Muslim to come to the conclusion which you now trumpet with CNN and Al Jazeera and everything. Oh, Gog and Magog are not yet released. They'll only be released at that time when Nabi Isa alayhi salam comes and he kills Dajjal. Go ahead, stay with that. One day you'll go in your grave. I pray that before you go in your grave, you'll wake up. That's not right methodology. You go to the Quran. The Quran will explain. When you learn to connect the dots, you use proper methodology. And then you go to the Hadith. And then the Prophet ﷺ speak about Dajjal. And his master plan is there in that Hadith. He stopped the rain from falling. The first year, 1/3 will not fall. You've heard the Hadith already, all of you. 1/3 of the food will not grow, the crops. The second year, 2/3 of the rain will not fall. So 2/3 of the crops will not grow. The last year, no rain will fall. Nothing will grow, and every hoof animal will die. You've heard it before. So if we are alive at that time, and my opinion is this is going to come after the Malhama, or the Great War, or the nuclear war, and that's why they are now provoking Russia. Where will you get food from? You need water for food. This is why they are destroying all the water. And Allah will not solve your problem for you because you are disrespecting water in overconsumption, and you begin with your wudu. If I show you how the Prophet used to make wudu, and you go now to see how we make wudu, you'll cry, you'll weep. The tears will fall to see what wudu has become today from what it was. If you want food at that time, which should not be long from now, and there is no food, where would you get food from? The answer is only Israel. You want food? You come to Israel. You bow down to Israel and you'll get the food. You want water? Come to us and we give you the water. Otherwise you will starve to death.